So 2022 is over. That means that we're gonna go take a look back at the housing market here in St. Pete. Single family homes for all of 2022. We know there's some real lows and some real highs if you're out there in the market looking to buy or sell. So I wanna break out the numbers for you, let you know what the data showed along with the interest rates, and to give you a sense of where the market might be going in the next couple months here in St. Pete. So let's jump right into the numbers. Hey everybody, Josh Gorsuch here, and I'm going to show you some information here in St. Pete. Specific, again, single family homes. We're looking at the full year of 2022. And as always, if you have any questions about your specific neighborhood, zip code, house, if you're looking to buy, please feel free to shoot me an email, text, call, whatever. The information's below. Let's jump in. So the first graph that we're going to be looking at is comparing the active and pending inventory month over month for the year of 2022. Now remember, these were single family homes, so this is not condos and townhomes. This is single family homes specific to St. Pete. You can see the white line is the active inventory and the yellow line is the pending inventory for every month. Now you can see a progression up from January all the way till the end of the year, December, for active inventory. So we have seen an increase over that 12-month span. And we're actually, when you compare to December to January, we're at 248% in active inventory, again, comparing December to January. So we have a lot more inventory out there. However, let's look at the pending inventory. So again, it's that yellow line. We saw a plateau for the first quarter, going into the second quarter a little bit, and then we start to see a decline in May, June timeframe, and ever since. So we are actually down 45% once we compare December to January for pending inventory. So let's stop and look at this real quick and kind of break it down. Yes, we're starting to see more inventory. We're not seeing the crazy pricing, 15 offers on properties, things like that. So there's more options for buyers out there. However, there's still a lack of supply in total. So the months of inventory, that means if we weren't to put any more homes on the market right now, let's say if we had 300 homes active on the market right now, within 2 months to 3 months, all that inventory would be gone. So we still have a lack of inventory. So if you're thinking of selling, it's still not a bad time. You're just not pricing things as they were 6 months to a year ago, where you're getting over offer prices every time. Now let's look at the pending. So with the pending, we're starting to see that decrease, right? However, homes are still selling, just not as much as they were. You need to market it properly, it needs to be good condition, good location, and pricing is everything. We started to see a slowdown as well because of the interest rates, which we will get into later. So let's jump into the next graph, and we're going to look at the sold inventory. So the sold inventory correlates with the pending inventory, right? So once you go active and then it goes pending, within about 30 to 60 days, it goes sold. So kind of following the same pace as the pending inventory, we saw kind of a plateau for the second half of the year. And then we started to see, kind of jumps ups and down throughout the second half of the year, starting in May and June. So we're down just slightly. We're down about 18% when you compare December to January in sold inventory. So homes are still selling, not as quickly and not as many as we were in that time frame. And again, I believe it has to do with the interest rates as well. And the buyers just need to understand where they sit right now in this type of higher interest rate market. But again, we'll get into that. So everyone's curious, Josh, what would my home sell for? And same thing with the buyers. What's the median sales price here in St. Pete? Well, this graph right here can show you. So in January, we started with a median sold price, again, single family home, median sold price of $350,000. And that, was up about 10 to 20 grand throughout the year, fluctuation, and we ended up at 390 with the median in December. Obviously the highs in May, June, July of around 420 was a little bit more of the lower interest rates and people kind of going after the inventory a little bit more hardcore than they are now. But again, that's up over 11% for a 12-month span. So if you bought in the beginning of this year and you were sold in December, you would be up 11% median for the city of St. Pete, is what this graph is telling you. So you're still getting more money over the span of the year, so it's not a bad time to sell if you wanted to or had to. Alright, so with all that data spewed at you, I'm going to break it down just a little bit more so you understand my thoughts on what the market did with the interest rates and kind of where we're going to be looking forward to as well. So we're going to jump back into the graphs that we just saw, but I'm going to pick out specific pieces for you to look at when the interest rate started to change. So we're going to start looking at this active and pending graph again, and I want you to pay attention to the yellow line first in August. So as you can see right here at the yellow line point in August, you start to see a decline after that point until you can go into December. Also look at this slide here with the sold single family home inventory. So in August we were at 365, and then you start to see a gradual decline as well with that. Let's switch over and I'm going to show you a graph for the Freddie Mac interest rates for the year of 2022. And we're going to track that month over month, so make sure you pay attention to the numbers that populate over the mouse right here. So as you can see, we're going to pay attention to the blue line, that's the 30-year mortgage. The green line's the 15, but we want to pay attention to the 30-year for most families. So at the beginning of the year, you can see that the 30-year mortgage average was about 3.56 for the interest rate. However, once you jump back over all the way to July and August timeframe, you're starting to see that jump of around 5% and going upwards from there until we get to a high around over 7% in the interest rate, and we're starting to see somewhat of a decline now at the end of the year. So let's correlate that with the sold, active, and pending inventory. So again, we saw in this graph from Freddie Mac that the active inventory started to shoot up around August, right? And then we also saw the pending and sold inventory after August started to taper down. So once the interest rates went up, less buyers really want to jump in at a higher interest rates. That's either due to affordability or uncertainty in the market, and that's why we saw that shift. Now, I'm recording this at the end of December into January, and we're starting to see those interest rates come down, and we're starting to see a little bit more active inventory come up, but also more buyer activity come to place as well. So again, now that I'm in the beginning of January, starting to see kind of what the buyer pool is looking like, what the sellers are thinking, I believe the interest rates are still going to taper down a little bit depending on what the federal government does, right? But as long as those interest rates stay currently where they're at or go down slightly every couple quarters or so, then I believe more buyers are going to be active into getting into looking at homes, making offers, as long as sellers are understanding that they're going to need to negotiate. They're not going to get 40, 50, 60 grand over asking. That time has passed, unfortunately, for you sellers. There still is good negotiation. You're still getting more for your home than what you purchased it. As we saw, it was over 11% of value add to your home over that span of 2022. Here's the points. If you're a buyer, you were waiting because interest rates started doing some crazy things, you couldn't find what you wanted, you just got scared of the market when there was 14 offers on a home, things are different now. Talk to your lender, give me a call, happy to help, talk you what through the market looks like right now, what your options are, what seller concessions might be had if you don't have enough cash, things of that nature. Sellers, if you're looking to make a move up, or if you're looking to downsize, now's not a bad time because people are taking contingent offers. So if you're like, hey Josh, I want to buy this house, but I need to sell my house first, and that I tried that a year and a half ago, it wouldn't happen. Things have changed, that is happening now. So if you want to make that move, want to buy your first home, and or want to move up, move down, whatever your situation is, now's not a bad time to at least explore the options. So I hope this information was useful to you. If you had any more questions, feel free to give me a call, text, email, comment in below. Let me know what other information you want to know from me. And if you would be so kind, make these videos just for you. If you want to hit that like button, hit that subscribe. I put out a video at least each week for St. Pete and Tampa Bay area, bringing you both data, market analysis, neighborhood information, what's going on in St. Pete. Put that out for you. So hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and feel free to reach out. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for taking time. Have a good one.